Jessica, please tell her to join the call again. Thank you. Okay, so I was trying to explain to us how we can gather our inspiration apart from our what. So I was saying that inspiration, right, is you trying to gather knowledge from what other persons have done, trying to see how other persons approach a particular project. For example, if you're doing an agricultural website, right, that's like a niche on its own, different from something like health. You want to see how people placed, things, how people arrange their layout. And Jessica, welcome back. And how they were able to build theirs. You're not copying from them. You can take a section from this side that you like, pick a section from this other website. You can use like 4 websites as an inspiration, 3, but don't get that more. Don't take much. You can use like 3 at least for a start. You know, for your because you're not doing much. At least for now, you're doing more of a landing page, right? So what you can do is can gather like 2 websites. We want to get the main one that's, oh, I like this concept. Can now check for other ones that are doing things within that niche of yours that you want to build on. Are we together? So that is how you can get inspiration. So you can use things like we have Behance. Go to behance.com. I'll drop the link in the group. Can still go to Webflow. Okay, so that's it in that. So do we have any further questions while we were trying to build, trying to practice? Because this is when you can bring in your questions, your challenges, so that as you're going back, you know what to do. Don't wait till you finish everything before you bring it. It will be very bulky for you to even start, um, you know, bringing them up by then. So in the absence of any other questions, I'm going to bring our local software so that we can continue development from where we stopped in our last class. So it's coming up. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen, sir.
So our backend is loading. I'm going to log in. So that reminds me. So most times, why our stuff normally is always taken down is when we share our screen and then login screen comes up and then like a password. YouTube is trying to protect privacy and the rest. Are we together? So when once you kind of show a login screen and a password screen, it's like saying you're exposing your data to the public. So they mostly take down our our videos because of that. So I'm sure my site, my this thing is not showing, right? Oh, I don't know. Okay. So I'm trying to log in now. So I have logged in. So I think I can now share. Jessica, why are you in and out? Are you having any challenge?
My network is really bad, so it keeps pushing me out.
That's yours. Okay. So if you can see my screen, this is the backend of WordPress. Okay. And we'll continue building. So what do? We first of all go to pages. From pages, we see the pages we've created. And so far, we've created only one, which is the home page. And we're going to edit with Elementor in a new tab. You can always do it here direct, but since I always come back here, I will leave this tab to be active. So I'll just open in a new tab. So in this new tab, it's loading. This new tab is where the Elementor interface is going to come out. So remember, the Elementor is our page builder that helps us to build on the web. So I was really expecting questions from us because over the weekend some of us got their assignment approved even till this morning. So if your assignment was approved this morning and you made an attempt to build something, by now you would have gone far and we would have reviewed it with you. Okay, so this is what we're able to create. The home page that welcomes users. Though somehow I feel like this home page is not balanced. I think we should add something here, but we'll leave it for now. So this is the hero section, and then we have the second section. We have the third section of our website. So the next section should be more of about the brand. Does that make sense? Like, so we are building this together. So you can always bring in your suggestion. Let's say you're building a skincare organization website for a brand. So what are you going to do? And remember, we use ChatGPT to create our content. Let's see if I can find that tab. So as you're looking at my screen now, if there is anything you may not understand, let me know. Anything you feel like, how did I achieve it or something, please. I'm asking this, again and again. If you have questions, let me know. Okay, so there won't be any excuse of if you're not following, if you're not understanding anything from the previous class till now. Any concepts that we've talked about and you don't understand, please, you can always ask questions. I can't find that. I think we'll have to. So I'm trying to get our content for the website. So we had a structure, a content structure. We even had a name for our brand. Who can remember?
Pure loom, right? Pure loom.
Exactly, Pure Loom. So I'm trying to go up. Okay, so I think we are going to prompt. We are going to create another prompt to get the about section. So let me just share my screen so you can follow along. So let's say hi chat. So the about section, you can always come up with this one. Even your clients can give you this one. It's always more of a personalized content, right? So you can say create me. Okay, write me. Hope you're seeing my screen. And about section for
So we are not saying what you are typing. Oh. It's just the how can I help you today?
I'm sharing the whole ChatGPT screen. Can someone also confirm this quickly, please?
Same thing, sir.
It's clear.
Same
We can
thing.
see what you're typing. I can
I
see
can
it
see
on
what
my
you're
end.
talking.
Okay,
I
thank
guess
you.
it should
Thank
be
you so
her
much.
network.
Okay. Thank you. I think it's network. So I'm saying write me an about section for Pure Loom. So I'm trying to remind ChatGPT now what Pure Loom is. A modern MODER, a modern text skin care, no, a modern skin care brand that gives accurate skin care solution using tech and AI and AI. So right one about section for purely I so try to always make a prompt to be detailed. I want to use it for their websites. Also add other follow up section content for me. Okay, so let's see what it will bring for us. So with this now, you don't most stress to see how you can get your brain towards all the content. So what you always do is you don't just have to write everything that the whatever tool you're using. You can use the other generative AI tools. So I'll not say only ChatGPT, but whatever it gives you, like always try to tweak it. So it says about Pure Loom. Pure Loom is a monoskin company built with on one promise, clarity through science. Okay. For years we've struggled with first remove this hyphen or these dashes rather. Remove this hyphen or these dashes rather. Mm, our mission, our approach, story. So we can go with this. So we're going to copy this and go back to and see how we can structure our layout. So now, how can we structure that about us layout? Let's discuss that about us now. How can we structure it? Remember, we also using She-inTech as an inspiration. We use two sites as an inspiration. One of them was on Figma. How many of us can remember? So if you can remember, we're using like two sites now for our own website inspiration. So we are not just copying only one site. Okay. So um so sorry, I'm now sharing this. Okay, so I hope you can now see my Elementor screen. So what kind of section will you suggest we go for? Okay, so let me show us that of She-inTech. So let's just brainstorm a little bit. Hope you're saying She-inTech site. So She-inTech here says get to know us. And then She-inTech is a this. Should we follow this pattern? Are we together?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir, we are here.
Yes, we are here. We are here.
Okay, so that's why I want us to, bring. Should we do this section? Because as a designer, there should be a reason for everything you're doing, every color you use. You don't just use things randomly. Okay. So this section now, does it communicate? Does it look like what to communicate the about us? Okay. So let's see how we can bring out our about us. So first off, we are going to have our structure, right? Like a wireframe, which will guide us on how we are going to put things, right? So um so I'm going to share my Figma screen, just like you have your own stuff on paper, right? But mine is on Figma, because if I should do on paper, of course, you won't see it since I'm using laptop. So it's much better I use Figma. I think mine is coming up. I think that's coming up. Just a moment. Did I do that? Okay, so let me know where you can see my screen.
No, not yet. It's not up yet.
Okay, it should by now.
Yes, it's up already.
Okay, so let's say we want to do our about section. I want to do a 2D. Look at this. Remember, we brought this in here about our brand. So how can we achieve this? So this is what we are going to do. Now we are going to also add our own style, right? So I'm going to bring my pencil to show you this. So look at this. This is going to be like what you're seeing here now is the parent container on parent container. Then in this parent container, we'll now have two child containers. Okay, also called divs, right? So already we have a structure on in Elementor that will help us to do this particular structure for us with just one click. Now, on this side, our left, we're going to have the text, right? Okay, we'll have a hidden text. Okay, get to know us. So look at it. But this one we're going to use about purely, and they will now have a write up 1, 2, and the rest. Then I'm looking at how we can add some concepts to our mission and our vision. Okay, so let's say the write-up for the main about us goes this way, etc. So below the about us, we can have maybe we can now put our mission and vision. So let me show you what I'm trying to say. Please follow me. Design is, you know, is a brain work. So um, let me go back to ChatGPT. So our chat here says, where is it? Pure Loom is a modern skincare. Now, after that, it has a long one paragraph, two paragraph, three, third paragraph. So it now has our mission and then our approach. So I'm looking at how we can put this our mission and approach in a way that it will stand out. It will not just be as normal text. That is what makes your design to stand out. You don't just copy text like this and put in your own design. Are we following? So let's see how we can do that. So we can either put it inside the same container, this guy, or we can put it here. Remember, this is going to hold our image. So we're going to put in an image widget here. This is like the widget. I'm just drawing this as the wireframe. And then this widget now, below these widgets, we can now have the another section. So I'm going to put in another div that will now hold what the mission and what vision and mission. Okay, so in this one div now, how can we now put mission and vision separately? Who knows? We don't want it. I don't want it to be in one. I don't want it to be straight like this. I want it to stand, differently side by side each other. We are trying to be creative here. So who knows how we can do that? Someone should teach us.
I think we'll bring in structure with two parts.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
So
I know.
we'll not just bring. Okay, what is that?
That's all I know.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
You have an
we give
idea.
the okay. Good evening, sir. We
Yes,
give
go on.
the deep horizontal direction. I say we should give
Okay.
the deep horizontal direction.
Mm-hmm.
So
This
once we
div, right?
enter,
Let me zoom.
Yes.
You're also correct.
So
But after
whatever
giving that
element we
to
added
does
would
that,
be side by side.
you're right, but you're wrong on that ending part. After putting it this way, the two you have to, because if I now put in, it will not go side by side, because if I now do it to go like this, Abi, follow me. If I do it to go like this, if I now put in about mission, and then this is the mission text, this is the mission text, this is the mission text. Now you want to now put in the vision, this is the heading. You now want to put in the vision now, right? If it's going this way, if I stop, it will even if I stop, the whole truth is that these things I will not even undo. I will made a mistake. The truth is, if it's going this way, then everything will be going this way. You want to put
Okay,
in
I
your heading text.
understand.
Yes, if I put in my heading text now, it will go this way. The next text will now go this way. The next text will go this way. The next text will go this way. All right.
Okay, we
So the
added
best
two
thing for
divs, two separate divs.
ex-
The first
exactly, you
one
see.
horizontal with vertical direction, so that the element
Mm,
inside it will go down.
okay, absolutely. All right, thank you so much. So, you both are getting it very well. I just hope others are also following that way. So we're going to put in two divs, one Oga here and another Oga here. So this Oga now will now have, let's say we put in the heading text here and say mission. Whatever you're going to put, it will now stand. Then we can now put in our text because it will have its own structure. The essence of div mostly is to give a structure of whatever you want to put inside, especially if there are multiple things. You get, if there are multiple things like this, you need to give it a structure. Now, you remember this div. Now we have this. We had a container that is going this direction. I'm starting from scratch now. In that container, we now have two divs, two child containers, and each of these child containers now has its own separate direction that is going this way. So if it goes vertical, both of them, so everything can come down. So you see now it's controlling these two, even if that this is a div. But since it is inside another div, the one that is, holding it in his belly, like the mother, that one has more authority than it. So him now, that is also the child now, having other content under its belly is now a mother to these two. Are we following? Now these two now, that things are still under inside, they are now what? A mother to those contents. Why I would call it the mothers? Because they have control over what is inside their body. Like giving birth to a child, that child is inside your belly, and you have control over that child, where you want this child to go, wherever you go, right? That child follows you. So in this scenario, these divs gives whatever is inside of it the direction that they're supposed to go, and mostly you use them when you have multiple things to do. So that's it. So let's say I wanted to let me delete this. I want to delete this guy. How will I without disrupting? Okay. So let's say I want to delete this guy, and then I want to put something under. Let's say I want to put two image under. You see that I'll just have to do what? I'll not have to put any other div. I just have to draw. I just have to put in my image widgets. Though this one is smaller now because I use a bigger space to draw the other one, but it's supposed to be the same. You see, these two now share the same container, the same container, yes, child container, without any further div added, because it's the same layout that I want them to go. So no need to add any other container or div. So we are going to build this now. So I'm going to go here quickly to where is it? Oh. So this is where we are. Can you see my Elementor screen? So always publish your work. Oh, look at this place. I don't know if I've taught us this. When once you design, please always publish your work in case network goes off your system or anything happens. If you don't publish and you close the screen, your work is gone. Although if you try to ask you, are you sure or something, but if you not save, sometimes you. But to be on the safe side, always publish your work. I asked if you can see my screen so I can proceed.
Yes, we can
Yes,
see
sir.
you.
So in
Yes, sir.
developing this, we are going to come here. All right, thank you. We are going to add our div. So we are going to come here plus flexbox, and we'll look for a structure that has two divs already.
Hello, sir.
So you don't have to. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, so I was thinking in a website, maybe immediately after the hero section, the next section has to be about.
Okay. It's not really a compulsory. Like for example now, this one is more of we are trying to sell our two services. We have a product and we also have our own services, like the service whereby you come to us, we check your skin, and then we recommend a product. Those products too are also our products. So it's based on the strategy that you want to do on your own website. Do you get what do you want your clients, your audience to see first? I don't know if you're following. For example, now She-inTech here, we want people to know more about us because we are an NGO and we don't want people to be mistaken. Okay, the search is coming up. We don't want people to be mistaken. So immediately after, let me go up. So immediately after the hero section, right? Hope you can see my screen. The next section that we had is what we say our popular courses. Okay, before we now even told you about us. So there are some websites that you're going to see immediately after the hero section. It could be the about us, like you said. It could be even this market text, which we're going to do in our website so we can learn it today. It can just be anything. It's based on how the story you want people to flow with. Are you following?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me show you another website. Let me see. Emmanuel. Um, um, there's a site I wanted to bring up, but I can't remember the URL of tips now. But just get to the point that there is no compulsory rule on how you want your content to flow, but let it be that you're not confusing your users. Okay, I remember. Bright Emmanuel, and let me also put my personal website so we can also learn together. So, so you see, this guy here, Bright Emmanuel, your voice captured after his hero section. The next thing he showed was his works. The people he has worked with, as you can see, logos of person that he has worked with and the rest, brands he has worked with. Then he now
Can see,
gave a
sir.
bold statement.
Sir, we can see, sir.
I'm sharing my screen. Hold on. Please, another person should confirm if you can't see my screen. I'm sharing my entire screen, so it shouldn't limit you. Please, another person should confirm fast to.
I can see.
Who else is not seeing my screen? John, is it Akani Peters? Yeah. Can you still see my screen now, or is it still off?
Not yet. I've not seen. I can't see it now. Maybe I will log out
Let
and
me
log in.
just stop.
Okay,
Let me
I can
stop
see it
sharing
now. I
and
can see it now. I can see it now. I can see it now. I can see it now.
okay. It must be your network. So after his hero section, you see how minimal it is. It now gives us brands that he has worked with, partnered with, and delivered things with. And he now gave a bold statement. I don't just make market projects. He's selling himself now. Do you understand? And that is why you have a website. A website is where you can sell yourself or your product in a unique way. You don't just create layouts, which is why we are going back and forth with ChatGPT with our own brain and see how we can give it solid content. So and then he now gives you his scorecards and the rest follows. The same in my own case, I gave my hero section result-driven websites and brand design that grows your brand. So the next thing I now showed was my proof of work and people have worked with and what people say about me. So but you now see 40 plus business owners speak great of firstborn. And then the next thing is now my works. Then my about hold on. My about is not even here, it's still down. The about me section. Look at who is behind Facebook Studios. So this is me because at this point I'm not really important. Let me put it that way. But I'm trying to sell the design that I have done, recent work, so you can see. And I'll say you've invested much in your ideas and brand. It's time to position for results. Websites designed to capture attention and convert seamlessly. So I'm trying to sell like my services at this point. Do you understand? Before these are still my services, before I now trusted by loved by blah blah blah. Before I now come and tell you who I am, you get, because at that front part, whoever I am does not really matter. It is what I offer to you that matters. So I hope you are following that. Design is more of you don't just do it because it's fancy, but you try to understand users. How do they think? How will this flow after this section? Which section based on what you want them to do or know or the action you want them to take. Does that make sense? So it's not really like the compulsory stuff that it should be about section next, like our own now. We want to say, you said here your life, your skincare aligned the digital way. So you now say future ready formulas, signature collections. So we are now trying to talk about our product, say that we have product that will also help you. And then after that, this is the result of our product. Are you playing the story now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So yes, so that's the idea of our own website. So you don't just put in content, but try to organize them in a way that you can sell your brand or for your clients. Because at the end of the day, you need to produce results for your clients. That's the main essence that they're hiring you and they always prefer you. Okay, so that being said, let us proceed to creating our about section. So let me close this in case you missed how I got here. So this place is a default. You always see it in your Elementor widget. So it's just there. But if I close this, it will disappear. So it's only you from the back end that can see it. You just cannot see it. All these blocks, all these things are just to guide you. So if I do plus, I'll go to Flexbox. I'll come here. These two structured layouts is already created for us, so you don't have to stress. It's only if you want to create another two structured layouts inside another listing, another div, then you can now create it by yourself. But over here, you just click on it and it will add for you. Look at it, that's added for me, right? So what I'll always do is we talk about margin and padding. So always give some top margin. I'll unlink this. I'll unlink this. So in the parents container, look at this, the parents container, I'll give it a padding of 80. So it will shift from this guy, this section, and then below bottom can also give it 80. So it will be balanced. Now we now have two child divs. So for this first child, I will unlink them so that it will be empty. And then I'll unlink these, always unlink them so that it will not take any space. Okay, so that being done, remember, wait, this does not have a gap. Please always add the gaps to if you look at this middle, it's joining each other. There is no gap. You're supposed to give it a gap. So I don't know why it's that. By default, there should be a gap of 20. So you link it. You would see, have you seen there is now a gap here. Okay, I'm going to give it, let us leave at 20. So for this first div, remember our layout. So the right up and then the text. So we'll do what? We can even do this. You can always come here. Instead of pulling in this guy, you can just come here, click on it. Look at this icon here, edit heading. Click on it and then right click and copy. Come here, click on the container and then right click and paste. But in case you may have difficulty, always bring out your structure panel, look at it, say the panel will help you to know where you are and what you're clicking. So if I click on, let me do it. If I click on this guy, you see that this thing will automatically shift to the top and highlights where I am. So I'm going to click on this. Look at everything. It highlights that I'm clicking the heading. If I click on this text heading, the text here, it highlights. Hope you're seeing. It will highlight where I'm clicking. Hold on, let me power my system. I hope you're understanding that. So always use your structure whenever you're confused of where you are, or you want to copy something, you don't know how, because the way I'm doing this is because I have experience on this for a while. So, but you may have some confusion on when you want to copy something, where you are, and the rest. So always use your structure panel to bring it out, and then when you click on something to show you where you are. So I'll click on this, and then I can even stand there and copy. Look at, if I click on it, to still copy, and then I'll come here. Now, how do I know where I am now in this particular div? So I can just hover, and once I hover, look at this icon will come out, and I click on it, and you see this guy shifts down to that container, right? And then to prove that I'm in that container, look at this text here, and it shows the heading. Okay, and once I click on it, have you seen how it highlights? So I'm now going to paste here. So remember, the color was white and the background was dark. So over here is a text white and the background white, which is very wrong. You don't have to do, you don't do that. So I'll come to style, text color. Look at it here. Custom. Remember, we created some global colors, so you can always use anytime. Deep brown, or and use pure white. So that's how you can duplicate content on your site. So I'm going to delete this, and then I'll reduce the size of this. Let me see if this font will work. So I'm going to bring in our text about purely sorry, come and paste it here. Select for country A, country B. Okay. I don't like the way it is. It's too bold. So I'll write it down myself. So let's check. We are using two fonts here, Poppins and this other one, this current one called Play Display Fair. So let's try Poppins. No. Pure Loom. So keep it at normal. And then let's see what we can do here. We can now come to style, italic. I think this gives it a better feel. Does it? Hope you guys have not slept and left me. This is how you brainstorm on your project too.
Yeah, it's you, sir.
So I'll now add the next. I can just come here and copy this heading text. Where I'm copying is because this one has the style already. I'll not have to now start to putting in the fonts and everything. I'm trying to save time. What you just have to do just to change the color. So I'll now paste it here, and then just change the color to black. Right. So I'll now edit it by changing the write-up. So this is where you can change the write-up. Remember, content, right? After content is style. So back to our write-up. Copy. Then we now go back to Elementor, select all, and paste. So I'm going to modify this write-up the way format this write-up. So observe what I mean by formatting. This dash, I'll remove it. Then this bold, I'll come here and remove the boldness. Then I think it's too long. So Pure Loom is a modern scale cake company built on one promise. Okay, that's nice. Combine advanced dermatology, tech innovation, AI powered diagnosis to help you. Okay, that is nice. So I'm looking for a part that we can remove. Everything is not looking nice. So everything is looking sweet to read. So let's leave it for now. So I'll just remove all the dashes because it's not really nice to leave them like that. Always remove this dash on your text. I'll remove this. Remove this. If you see any, you can always point out to me. So back to my style, let me confirm. So always put in your font size, please. So you can use 17 or 18. 17 should be okay. And then remember, the width, we are not really breaking this much. So I leave it at 100, so it will take a full width, but let me see how it is. Remember, there is no rule on things like this, so it's based on what works for you. Remember that. So you can always, let me see if I should justify it, but mostly it's not good to justify your text in web design because it's not like a write-up. It's not like it's a typing Microsoft, or you're actually designing, like you're developing it. Okay, so mostly you need to be careful when you use this justify. Don't use it often, but using it now in our text gives it a whole lot of sense. Am I right? So we can leave it to be there. All right. Am I right? So this color, this I want to give it a different color. This is styling now. After structure, the content, then styling. Are you seeing the stages that I'm following? So you don't just rush in putting in styling where you haven't even had your structure. Okay. And then, so does this give us this layout that we created here? This wireframe, the one on the left, has it given us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's now achieve the next one by the right. It's my right too. I don't know if that's mirrored on your own screen, but this is my right. Okay, so I'll add widgets. Come here, plus an image. You can always drag and put. That's what they call it, drag and drop. But you can also click on the container, come to plus image, click it, and to enter inside. So now about Pure Loom. So now we are going to put in an image here. So I think that if the image that will work here is, let me go to free pick my baby. So free pick is my little G that helps me to get nice images, which I have told us. Let me close this. Let me close this. Oh, even it will allow, because free pick most times does not go fast. So while that is loading, I'll come back and come to media library. So if you want to insert an image, come to this place, choose an image. This is like the placeholder. Click on the image, media library. That means the one that you've uploaded. Except you want to bring in a new one. Upload file, select files. So media library, click on this guy and this will enter. But the image I want us to use is like an image of them doing something. Like let's say they are treating a lady, or but I think we've used too much of lady. It is done only for girls. Nobody has thought of this, so it's skincare only for women. Let's talk. Hmm. I don't know if it's not coming up. How many of us do we have on this call? People are leaving the call and joining. Is it network? I'm sorry,
Sir,
guys.
I cannot see your screen. It is just now I'm just seeing. So sometimes that was why I just have to went disconnect and connect again.
Okay, connect again. Okay. But also, you're following the class, guys. Like, um, as I'm saying stuff, if you may find anything distracting or you don't understand, please try to get my attention. Just like the lady or the girl that helped me to clarify sections that can come after the hero section. That's how you learn. There's something that I may not remember to say when I'm teaching, but if you can ask me, I also share my knowledge on that. So we are trying to get an image. So let me go to another site you can get images on Splash. But mostly on Splash would help you if you have foreign clients because they normally have more of white people images than Africans or blacks. Just a few that you're going to see. So we're going to search here. Um, mm, Lady, just a skin care, no digital skin care in process. If that will make sense for them to bring out what I want. Okay, but oh, I still has what I want to. This is what we're looking for. These guys don't have it. These guys don't have it. No, they don't have it. So iStock is actually paid for. iStock is paid, but I think it has what we're looking for. It's still loading other images. Let's see. Let's open this in a new tab. Let's open this in a new tab. Open the new tab. So to load differently. Do you like something like this? Does this communicate for that particular section? Let's also see this other image. So we also need something like this. Though our brand is we are Nigerian, so we'll focus more on Africa, if at all. So your audience is very important. If you're designing for foreign brands, you use foreign white people's images, right? If you're doing something for a Nigerian brand, please try to use African black people images that will relate to users. Okay. So in this case, I think this one does not really show if it's a Nigerian or a non-black person. Are we together? We're not together. Hello, am I audible?
You're audible, sir, but I can't see your screen, sir.
Hmm. Honey, today network is not really favorable for you. Sorry. Can someone else see my screen? I stock screen. Um,
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yes, you can see your
okay.
screen.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Network is messing with you. Okay, so I'm looking for how I can download this. Though it's just like getting this image, but there is a tool you can use to get this image. Let me see. I'm going to see it. Mm, mm, uh, I can't find that tool. It's been long I've used it actually. It's been long I've used it, but let me see. What was the iStock? Mm. So this to step to down can also help us do that. You just have to copy the link of the image and then paste it here. Let's see it give us. So outside iStock, you can use free pick, but for some reason I don't know why free pick is not coming up today. So yeah, this is the image. Though it's blurry in it's not high resolution, but let's just see if it's be better if you use it with a small size rather. Let's just save image as. So you give your image a name, lady skin. Okay, this steps for SEO. Oh, it has done downloading. It has done loading. So let me save again. The image, the quality now is better. The quality now is much better. It's no more blurry. So sorry, it was still loading, I guess. So I will still click here and then save and then replace it. Good. Nice. So we'll go back to, let's go back to our class, our Elementor. So we'll replace this image. By doing that, always this place should always be full, please. Full. We want to put in always image resolution. Good resolution will spark your website, like it will make it to look nice. So we'll bring this. How did I get it? Okay. Open it and then it's loading. Okay, nice. So this is what we have. So I think the space between these two is too much, it's too close. So I like giving my padding. I like giving, your website should always breathe, please. So I'll give it 120 so that the padding will be nice. There will be much more spacing. Please always give good padding so that your website can breathe. Okay, so this image is here, and then we'll just give it some curve by going to style, border radius. We make it 9. See the edges now, it's no more sharp, it's a little bit smooth. Let me zoom in. It's a little bit, curved, and that make not too much curve, just a little curve to give it that smooth feel, right? Then back to our wireframe, we want to do this section that we arguing. Let me see if I can undo. Yes, look at it. This section that we were building together. So now I'll now come back here with that wireframe that I did in my head that we did together. Let's build it now. So I'll bring in my container and put it under this image, and then unlink the values. All right. Bring in another container inside this one, and then duplicate. Just do Control D, duplicate, unlink the values, unlink the padding values. Now I'm using that they are coming this way because the container holding these two, we haven't set the direction. So I'll bring on my control panel. Let me drag it and keep it, and then I'll come down. This is the container. So in this container, you're going to store your structure panel. This container, this one is what is holding both of them. As you can see, when I click on it, it will highlight. If I click on this one, it will highlight. If I click on this one will highlight. So I'll click on this one, it will highlight. Now set the direction, go to layout, set the direction to what? Horizontal. And automatically we now have it standing left and right. So this one too can have its own direction, so that content will be going downwards. Same thing as this layout, downwards. Are we following? Are you
Yes, sir.
lost? Are you lost somewhere?
Following, sir.
Okay. So someone was asking how to add an icon to her project. Please, who was that?
That was me.
Okay. So look at what we are going to add an icon to what we are going to do now. Look at what you are going to do now. There are many ways you can add. Sorry, you want to add an icon with a text. That like different ways you can do that. But one of the ways you can do it very easily is to bring in what you call. There's a widget called icon text. Let me check icon list rather. Okay. So this icon list will help you to put in an icon and then it will come with a list. It will come with some right up. Look at what I mean. So I'll drag it, watch closely, and put here. You see? So it has this item 1, item 2. So but in this case, I don't want just one item. Are you seeing? So what I'm going to do now, I'll come and click on this, change this item to mission. Okay, so you can do this thing by putting in another div, then putting in your icon, then putting your text, and then you're good to go. But I just feel like this one is also much faster. Are you following? So mission. So we'll click on this item and then change the icon. So to change the icon, this is how you can bring in your icon. I explained it in our last class. You can go to icon library. Elementor has default icons that you can always use. So let's say you want to check for Facebook. See, it's Facebook icon in case of the social media place, LinkedIn. See LinkedIn icon here. So cycle, you see cycle icon. So there's an icon I want to use. It's called bar. Okay. Now insert it, mission. I will now, after the content, and I want to what style them. How do you want it to be? The first one is space between the two contents. How do you want the space to be? Do you want it to be far or close? Right? That is if it was double. For example, let me duplicate this so you can understand. Let me duplicate again. Now look at the space between. You see, if it was multiple contents. So since we are just doing one content in our own, we'll just let me delete this. We'll just leave that one. Divider. That if it is multiple contents, do you want it to divide? There is always a small line. You see this small line divider, but most time I don't use it so because it's more of olden day stuff. So I'll turn it off. Icon. What color should we give it? Let's give it deep brown, which we have here. The size, you can give it 18 or increase it based on. Shouldn't be too big. That's 26. Then the gap between the icon and the text. Look at it. So these are just normal styling text. So we're going to use let's use this guy. Play fair. And then we can give it 18. Okay, let's make it 20. Then medium. So the color could be black, so it will come out, but not 100% black, just something down. Okay. Then our write up. So we use what text editor. Drag and put under. So we'll now go to ChatGPT to copy our mission. Copy. So this is the process. There is no hidden trick here. Everything is built brick by brick. There is no templates. This is how people do templates. But the good thing is if you do your own like this, you can even export your own as template and even sell. You can even have your own template library. You get so. Or this is how you build it one by one. This thing is yet to come up. Okay, it's now up. So I'll now style it. We'll use Poppins. Remember, Poppins is what we're using for our body text. So you have to always maintain consistency. What font size do we use? Is 17. So we also maintain 17 here. Right. And then what again? Color. Okay. So is there any questions so far? Let me pause so far. Yeah. Any question? The space here is too small. So I'm going to do this, reduce the column width so it will have give some good spacing. Beautiful. So please, any questions so far? Let me not be talking to myself alone. Please, are you lost? Hello. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Evelyn, Awa, you've been silent since class.
My
Abdullahi,
network is bad.
your network.
My network is bad,
How
yes.
about
So
you,
I just
Tamara?
rejoined.
Tamara has gone to sleep. Oh.
No, I haven't. I'm trying to structure my question for you. So you won't shout. So I wasn't following. So in the about section, sir, that
Uh,
container that has what pure loom is about,
uh,
is there a deep in it?
eh?
In this about pure loom, is there a div holding the text?
No,
Is
they have the same
okay.
structure, so they don't need to put a
Oh,
different.
okay.
What you can just do to differentiate them to give them spacing is in this this container holding two of them. Just come to layout
Oh,
and give it some gap. You can give it a gap of 20 or reduce it or anyhow you want. So to just space them. They have the same structure, so there's no need to give a different layout.
okay. Thank you, sir. That was it. And the mission below the mission, I didn't. I thought there was also a div there. I don't know how you were able to fit it in there without movement. Ah, sorry.
Yes,
I
I
don't.
get. Without putting a div, right?
Yes, sir. Div
That's
mission.
yes. That's because I use an icon. I use a widget called icon list. So the icon list has
Oh,
this structure already for me. Look at the icon. Look at it here. It's a widget
okay.
called icon list. Icon list. You can search it and use it. So when one that you put the icon list, just delete other things and leave only one.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
And then if you want to do it from scratch, look at how it will be like here. You just have to do what you said. You add the container, right? And then
Yes.
in that container, you now add icon. And then you now add. Let me click on the container again. You now add text, and then you now change. You now change. I'm releasing the slide so you can see it very fast. You now
Yes.
the change the direction of the this way. Like this is also another way we can achieve. I'm not doing it very fast. Like this is also another way you can
Yes.
achieve what I achieve here. Using you put in a div, put in a container, put in a div, sorry, put in a icon, put in a text, and then you can now style it, give it padding and then
Okay.
yeah, but for this one, I just had to use a widget called icon list because it has, I don't like the structure that it will not really demand more. All right.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh,
I was just trying to figure out how you did it, but thank God I asked that. Thank you, sir.
all right. Please ask another question. Okay. So in the absence of any question, we can just duplicate this, then delete this empty one. And so you see, we now have two of these. So we now have to just change the icon, just change the content. This icon now we can replace it with something. I think I saw something nice. I saw that. Yeah, you can use this. So what was the mission, approach? So I'll just change the text here. First, our approach should be capital letter A. Then the approach is what? Tech-driven tools. Just copy it, come back to your Elementor and paste, and then publish. Now, you see, so it's too long here. That's not nice. And then this icon is too big. This icon is too big. Let me bring my panel. You see the essence of your structure panel. Because even myself, I can't click on this icon. So but if I bring out my panel, I'll see this, click on it, and then reduce the icon size is too big. Let's reduce 21. This one to reduce to the same size. Mostly icons are normally different. So okay. So what next? What next? So the gap between the container holding two of them, these two, this is container one, container two. So these two now are inside what? A div holding two of them. So that div has a gap. Let me see. I'm trying to see how we can take up space. Let me make this to be 100. Then this one too, let me increase it to be with custom full width. It's still taking 4 lines. I wanted to take 3 lines so that to balance. It's not balanced now. Not balanced, and it's not nice. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? So let's reduce the size with 1%, 16, and this 16. And but why is it not extending to this edge? So let me reduce this one. Something is wrong. Let me see. Okay, they are long text. Okay, so though I wanted it to extend to this edge, but since the text are long, like this one, it's a long text. Let me zoom in. So this is how you can achieve some things. In case you have issues, that's why we are having this class now. There is no recording to come and play for you. We are doing it together so that we can see how we can see errors and challenges. So my approach was I wanted to touch the edge of this, like this, the edges, right? But it's not working because the text on its own are long. So what you can do is what we call copy edit. So in this copy edit now, we are going to look at what we can add or remove so that it will match like in one line. tech-driven tools, experts, dermatological insights, yes, personalized solution. Let's see if we need this. Expert insights with, because that writer in that place don't make me to balance with personalized solutions for you. So feel this is much better. Now this one, the right up now has stretch and lists to these parts, making it to fit. But this for you now, this you should be in the same line. Can we achieve that? Instead of it to stand alone, let two things stand in the same. This is text breaking that you are learning now, typography. Instead of it to stand alone, or to be preferred, it stands with other things. So let's see. Okay. So we increase our size back to 17. Remember, we changed from 17 to 16. So return our size back to 17. And let's see. Let's see. Okay, so this is what we have. I don't need that balance here and here, which we've attempted to create. So do you have any questions, please? So this is the part of learning now that we'll be talking about. So I'm going to publish, publish your work. So we are going to add our motion effects, fading up, and there is no how you take time to develop something like this for a client that he or she will not be impressed. I mean, what we're doing, like, if you want to charge a client what we are doing now, do you know how much you can charge? This thing that you are just doing now as class, neat layouts, everything structured, and the rest. Okay, so we've done this section today. It's 15 past 9. So any questions, and let us know what we can do next. I think maybe in our next class, or maybe in this class now. The next section should be what? I have an idea of the next section in my head, but I want you to also tell me what would you like to be in the next section. Let me come to the classroom. But I'm so far from what we have done. Do you have any questions from up in the guys?
Yes, I have a question.
Please ask.
All right, thank you. Please, my question is, does it mean that we are going to draw a wireframe for each of the sections?
It's
every section we want to develop, we'll go back to Figma and make a wireframe for that particular section.
No, not at all, ma. The thing is, I'm teaching beginners. Let me put it that way. I'm teaching beginners, and first off, you need to understand how each section works, how it will be structured. Do you understand? So if it was like I'm teaching people that are intermediate or know the basics already, I will just go on to develop. But I want you guys to understand how each of the section can be arranged. Like, for example, now what we did here was just like a rough work. Oh, we want to do something like this, like this structure, but in a different way. This was our inspiration, and this is what we added to our own. Do you get? So how can we achieve it? So your wireframe is like your your playground, whereby you want to know how will I achieve this thing when I'm developing, so that when once you now come here, you will not stress, you're not doing, you'll not be doing trial and error. You just be like, okay, from a wireframe, this thing goes this way, an image up, another div down. It gives you a guide on how you can develop it. So it's not compulsory, but if it just gives you that edge as a beginner to know what you should do in a particular place. So that's it. But me myself, if I'm developing, I know more use wireframe. I know what to do. But for a start, like you guys, it's good you use it. Like that's why I said the assignment that I gave before you start developing was have a wireframe, because it will help you to always go back to know the style that you were doing, the structure and everything.
Mm,
So that it is not compulsory, but it will just help you.
okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Except maybe you have an idea, you have expertise in the section you want to do. Maybe it's like a simple section. You're like, no need for wireframe now. I can do this. Then you do it. All right. So any other question? Any other question? Any other question? No question. Let me close this so that you can see it well. This is the full page. Let me preview it. Let me publish and preview it so we can see what we've got so far. Okay. So let us do one last. This it's not like a big section, but before we go to it, let us do one thing, which is this mark. I promise us that we are going to do it to this guy. Should we do it? This thing that is moving.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So it's called a mark you. And how can you achieve that? Basically, if you're developing, if you're a developer, you now start doing code to achieve that. But WordPress Elementor, I like saying WordPress Elementor because we are using both of the tools together. By using Elementor inside WordPress. So WordPress, has what we call plugins, which we spoke about, where people do the code work, you know, in plugins, and then to achieve some things, then they put it here, and then you just have to install it and use. Some plugins are paid, some are free. Okay, so we installed the add-on called QI add-on. Then that was the second building class, or the first class of our development. So it's QI add-on for Element. So you install it. I installed it already, but in case you don't know how to install, I'll show you. But before I show you, always update your plugins. So this is out of date. There's a new version of admin and site enhancements. This is the plugin. Update your plugin so that your site will not be slow. The only plugins you shouldn't update are the ones that are approved. You shouldn't really update those ones. But these ones that are free, update them, updates. So this keeps your site. Is like saying a house. If you keep your house for like 2 months without cleaning it, it will be messy. So if you keep, there are people pay for site maintenance. That's another way you can earn. So that's another way you can earn as a web designer. If you do a website for some clients, you tell them, you make them see the essence of all the things that we are doing now, this updating their database, protection from spam and hackers. So they pay you monthly for maintenance, and some clients that pay you, let's say, 30K for monthly maintenance, and you don't really do much, but you keep their sites neat, and every end of the month they pay you just for that. And if you have some foreign clients, some people pay up to $100 just for site maintenance, some pay 80, some pay $70 just for site maintenance. That's outside the main development. Now it's like your own salary. So to add plugin, come to add plugin, and then you search for the plugin. So like the plugin, we have it already, so there's no need to install it. Let me just make it to come out. So look at it. It's already, you see, you can't activate, you can't install again because it's already installed. So go to install plugins, it's here already. So I just have to show you that so that it's not be like magic when I'm doing it. So add plus, add a new layout. So for this structure, I'll just add this first one and remove this guy, remove this and link it. Then I'll now bring in the widget from that UI add-on. It's called MarkU, text MarkU. So I'll drag it inside. You see, it automatically starts to move. So how do you want yours to be? I want mine to be from the end to the end. Okay, so I'll just hope you're following.
Yes, sir.
So I'm in the main container that I added. I'll make it, the layout should be what? Full width. I want to take the entire full width of my website, you know. So for the first one, you are going to now work on the market text. So I'll click on it here, text market. So the color can be black like it is. Typography we will use, then just use pop ins first, quality bold. You can use 83. It's small, let's increase 66, 67. Then can add an icon. Let me delete this one so that you see it well. So this is the first one. So we can see this is the content. This is an example text one. Just come to content and change it to, I say beauty. Okay. Typography. Okay. Then I want it to be multiple, so I'll duplicate it. So this second one can be, you can say skin. Yeah. This third one can be what should we use? What is the keyword for our website that makes sense? Let's just say pure window. Separator icon. You can still use that spa icon at least for now, and change before the class finish. Then you see we wanted to be going this way. You wanted to go this other way and now do this way. So, and then how do you want it to be fast? If you want it to be fast, so you can do can increase it depending on how you want it to be slow fast. If you do stuff like 10, let's do 10. See how fast it is. You want it to be slow because I want it to be slow to really distract the eyes of people. 30 is okay. So back to my styling. Icon color, let's give it the brown, deep brown. The icon size, so let's make it to match with the text. Space between items, the icon and the text, give it a good space. Does that make sense? So I want to put the color. So to put the color in the background, I'll click on my container that I added these widgets. Style, background type. Let me go to the global colors and choose this one. Okay. Then I can now give it some margin of 10 to 20. Is it too big? Too big. Let's do 10. So you see, it gives a better feel to our site. You can always duplicate this. For example, now let me duplicate this, give it a different color. What I did there, sorry, I used a shortcut, Control D to duplicate. You guys should always ask question. Control D to duplicate. Then the text, yeah, I'll change the color to white. Well, not really white, so it will not be sparkling. In fact, this one is too white. Just something down. And then the icon color will change it. Then the direction, remember, should go this way. Okay. So that's how we achieved this in She-inTech website. So like a big deal when you saw it, right? But now it's broken down. Okay, let's put it down. So you can always change your right of in the second one. Just at this point, you can just play around your text. You get. So I will review it if it makes sense. If it's something I don't nice, I'll say, oh, don't do this, don't do this. But from here, you can now change the text and like and just add something relatable. So that's it for today's class, guys. Let's call it a wrap. Any question? Any questions, please?
So for now, from my own end, the next class I'm going to have a lot of questions.
Which is the more reason, yeah, that's okay. Which is the more reason I was trying to push us to build, as I'm approving your projects, build it. All the ones that I'm doing now, and once you do it yourself, there will be a lot of questions. And as you're building your own, I don't know, you can be building with your system, and then your phone, you can be using your phone to rewatch them. You watch a particular section, how I did it. So it will help you to understand things better. And then before you now bring questions to the group or to my DM. So start building. Like next week Wednesday, you will be submitting what you're building.
Wow.
Whatever I said it at the beginning of this class. That's you're going to have your exams and you're going to submit whatever you're building, and to be, you're going to graduate on Wednesday, next week, Wednesday, not this week, next week. So you have this week, you have tomorrow to do your assignment, start building. We have Wednesday for you to, bring questions. You now have Thursday for you to continue building. You now have Friday, continue building, then bring questions in the evening. You now have Friday, you now have Saturday. So you have time, at least do one whole page, one full page. If you put in, even if it's 2 hours every day in your assignment, trust me, you'll go far. So that's it for today's class. Thank you for joining. Please, I'm still waiting for questions, because if you understand it, it will be much more better for you. So since we don't have any question now, I will continue the group. Please start building and have a lovely night's rest. And then before you go, please understand that the essence of our learning is to ensure that we maximize potentials. Some of us may not really be developing with again, like maybe you may, after learning, you may not really have the need to develop, but you may later have the need to teach someone else or to guide someone else, or even work in a brand or a firm that will need your service. Don't be surprised. Okay. And then some of us will take the skill to the next level by starting your freelance journey, because that's the next part of this course. How do you start your freelance journey to start putting yourself out there for works? Okay, so you as a lady doing this, you have a fair advantage. What I mean is that if a lady and a guy, let's say Martha and I now apply for a job in a tech space, especially in this kind of tech space, there is that possibility that they'll prefer a girl over the guy. There is that 60% chance. It just happens. It's not like it's so you have the fair advantage that, oh, a girl is doing this, because we have less girls in tech that are doing well, that are standing out. So if a girl is doing this, you will be patronized, because number one, girls have eyes for aesthetics. They know that one. They also say that girls are likely to be more brilliant than a guy. There is just that feminism stuff in tech with girls. So it's a very good thing if you take advantage of what you're learning now and then you put yourself out there and don't just take it for a joke. What I'm teaching you now is what people pay 3 times of what She-inTech is doing for us, so that we can give you guys the best. So, but you don't really have to take it for granted because it's free. You need to make good use of it. Like what you are developing now, this website, the whole layout and structure, we can do this, put on your portfolio. I'm going to do portfolio review for you guys, how you can create a portfolio. You create a portfolio, put this, a client sees it, they understand. If they don't even know if it's a fictional work, you understand? A client wants to know what you can do, whether it is real or not. But if it's still real, fine. But if it is not real, like clients want to know what you can do before they can trust you with a job. So you can do this, put it in your portfolio, which we are going to go to that when it's time. So we need to do before you can go to portfolio, you need to finish your website. So that's why you need to be fast as well. So a client sees this, hires you because they know that you know what you're doing. So have a lovely night rest and keep building. Bye.
Mm.